Did you see that some girl on TikTok went to the exact spot and picked up some of the sand and said she's going to sell it on eBay?
How do you know where that is?
She was.
How can you possibly tell?
What are we?
Every building on the background, but every building in the A1A or in South Beach looks the same. Come on, that's crazy.
He's selling the sand on eBay from where he's at.
Yeah,
get out of here. You know what, man? When I was a kid, when I was a kid, that is crazy, man.
Selling the sand.
That is crazy. You're back here in our radio network. Brockman, you're saying somebody actually said, I have been to the spot where Tom Brady shot his retirement. I'm retired for good video. I picked up some sand and I'm selling the sand.
Put it in a plastic bag, selling the sand on eBay.
What are we doing?
Yeah, because these buildings are so distinctive from South Florida because they look like every other one. Oh, and those dunes. Come on, man. Get out of here.
It did look like the spot. Let me just go back.
Get out of here. But that's crazy. You know, when I was a kid, you know what I had? Somebody gave me for my birthday? They gave me something called Elvis Sweat. It was this little vial of liquid, of clear liquid.
You still have it?
Of course not.
What?
But it wasn't it.
How do you know?
How do you know? My Titanic coal is Titanic coal.
But dude, it was actual liquid that filled up half of the vial, and it was called Elvis Sweat.
Elvis Sweat a lot.
Yeah.
All the concerts he did, all the towels that the Colonel would get him. You wring the sweat out, put it in the vial, you sell it to guys.
Yeah, and sell it to a kid in Staten Island who's 9.
I mean, Fat Elvis really sweat.
Yeah. The end of the career.
Thank you very much.
Are people really buying sand because this person says I collected it at the spot where Tom Brady shot his retirement video? That's crazy.
What are we doing?
You know what? It's totally crazy too. Is believe it or not, Tom Brady, and who he retires with is important.
Oh yeah.
Bob Kraft was on CNN this very morning, clearly stating what you would want and the entire Patriots nation wants. Like, okay, glad you had your 3-year, trip down to Florida, Central Florida. Hey, all of us here in New England, many of us moved down to Florida. As a matter of fact, I think Bob's got a spot in Florida, as we know. Right? Home. So this is what he had to say about Brady retiring.
Are there any plans, Bob, to make sure that he retires? Are you going to sign him to a one-day contract?
Do you want him back?
Yeah. To retire a Patriot.
I'd do it tomorrow.
For him to retire a Patriot is the question.
Not only do I want it, our fans are clamoring for it. And to us, he always has been and always will be a Patriot. And we will be bringing him back after I don't like to make a commitment for him, but we will do everything in our power to bring him back, have him sign off as a Patriot, and find ways to honor him for many years to come, because he did so much to bring life and good cheer to our community, and he's a beloved figure, and he's earned the respect and love that people feel for him like no other athlete in our town. And we've had some great ones.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong.
Nope.
And the Patriot-Brady relationship, we'll see how it plays out. It will no doubt, unquestionably wind up in a terrific place. Deserves to be, and they'll get there if there is any still reparations that need to be made. Who the heck knows? But he's got to sign a one-day deal and retire, or stay and retire with the Bucs, right? Because if he doesn't, he leaves the Bucs somewhat hamstrung cap-wise, correct? And this is one of the things we're going to ask Rick Stroud when he joins us later on this program in hour number 2 from the Tampa Bay Times. Like, the Bucs kind of need him to retire a Tampa Bay Buccaneer when it all comes down to it.
Yeah, so Mike Florio had a story. It will help them out cap purposes.
Yeah.
Yeah, along with a $35.1 million cap charge for 2023. That's not the money that the Bucs owe him. It's what they had previously paid him.
Right.
But that's kind of how the cap works in. They need to sign. If they do sign him for the minimum, and then processes retirement after June 1st, it basically saves the Bucs a bunch of dead cap money.
Or he could just be, hey, I gave you your 3 years. Old Lang's on. I got to sign. I got to do it.
Trophy in the case.
I got to do a ceremonial signing up in New England. I kind of owe it to them. I don't think he's going to do that.
Don't either.
He's going to retire a Buck. Do we even remember that stuff? When he walks out in his red jacket in the Patriot Hall of Fame weekend that he's there for? You know? When he walks out in his gold jacket and you go into that bus room forevermore and you see the Patriots line on his plaque, on his, his stand. Of course not. But Bob would like it. I don't think he's getting it. That would be wild if Brady's like he's going to stick him with a $30 million dead cap charge because he's got to sign a one-day deal. Or can he retire with the Bucs, do that, and then sign another one-day, come out of retirement, and then sign another one-day deal with the Patriots? Can he do that? Why not?
Let's see. Hold on. I'm trying to read this story real quick.
Here's what.
Basically, Brady would be doing the Bucs a solid.
Of course.
By
and I think he will.
Right. Also, if he does this, it would prevent him from joining another team if he changes his mind about playing next year also. He'd be under contract with the Bucs.
Oh.
Because they would put him on the reserve retirement list.
It would be,
and then they would have to take him off the list.
So the Patriots would have to get compensation if he wants to come back to play for the Dolphins, for instance. This is pretty important, by the way.
It's like paperwork type stuff that like nobody ever really thinks about.
Here's what he should do. He should take care of the Bucs, then unretire for a day, have me come on this show, make that announcement, have me ask him his plans. He curses me out.
Like Jim Gray.
And then retires the next day. And then shoots it in a spot where somebody collects sand and says, I'm selling this sand because, trust me, it's from that spot. This is nuts. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.